Good evening. We're going to call the LaPorte County Council regular meeting for October 25th, 2021 to order. If you haven't already silenced your cell phones, please do so. And then we'll stand for the pledge. Mrs. Grammarosa.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
It's American.
To the republic for which it stands,
One nation.
under God, indivisible, liberty and justice.
Justice for all.
Yep. Roll call, Mr. Auditor.
Councilman Cunningham,
Present.
Councilwoman Grammarosa,
Present.
Councilman Rosenbaum,
Present.
Councilman Garner,
Present.
Councilman Yagelski,
President.
Councilman Mullenhour,
Present.
and President Novak.
Present.
All present and accounted for.
Thank you. Approval of the October 25th, 2021 agenda. Are there any additions, Mr.
Yes, there
Rosenbaum?
are. I have one addition under new business. Number 9, I'd like to talk about the Michigan Township Assessor, the level 3 bonuses for 2019 and 2020.
In 2019 and 20. Correct?
Yes,
So we'll add that under
New
new business
business.
and Mrs. Grammarosa.
And then I have two things I'd like to add. I'd like a motion to add to the agenda support for an attorney for our auditor, as there is a mandamus action against him, and so he'll need to hire an attorney of his choice.
Where are you gonna add that?
Under new business, number 10.
And
And then I'd also need to.
is there a
go to-
dollar amount?
No, not at this point.
just a motion of support.
Just a motion of support.
Support. Okay, all right. And what, and then the other one?
And then under the LaPorte County voter registration, I'd like to change from the $259 to not exceed $1,300, because just recently they had a scanner go out and it's preventing them from doing their job.
And they have the funds for that. I think you
Yes.
verified that with.
Yes, I
their
did.
office. Yep. Is there any other additions?
I got one.
Yep.
For the part-time pay for HR part-time person, to take it off the table.
Right, under old business?
Yes.
Yep. Because we gave them a part-time person, but I don't think we ever approved the funding for it.
Right. For next year we did, I believe, but
Right.
not for this year.
Right, that's correct.
So all the department has come back with what I'm saying.
Right.
We raised the
So-
rate. We have to come back, should come back.
Is there any other additions or corrections? Hearing none? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the agenda as amended.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, seconded by Councilwoman Grammarosa. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Approval of the August 23rd, 2021 minutes, and then we're also gonna do the September 27th, 2021 minutes. So you wanna lump them together? That's,
Motion to approve the August 23rd minutes.
Second.
we have a motion by Mr. Cunningham, second by Mr. Rosenbaum to approve the August 23rd minutes. Any questions or comments on those? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Next one is the September 27th, 2021 minutes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yagowski, seconded by Councilwoman Grammarosa. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed? Thank you. Public comment. Public comment is now open. Anybody from the public that would like to speak?
Good evening, Council. Andy Heineck, 3028 North Sandridge Road in Rolling Prairie. Proud 21, almost 22-year member of the LaPorte County Sheriff's Department. And I want to talk real quick about some of the stuff that came up in the workshop as far as salary stuff goes. First off, we talk about a 3% increase, and I want to remind the council that that is somewhat misleading, because when you tell us that you give us a 3% raise, you don't truly give me a 3% raise on what I made the year prior. What they do is they take an entry-level person and you get 3% on that. So it's truly not 3% for myself, it's 3% for the newest employee as they move up. It's been that way the whole time that I've worked here, so it's not that they take my salary, what I made in 2021, and figure 3% of, and I make 3% more than that. It's one flat amount. The second part is, and this has happened several times, we play the shell game when it comes to the raise, and we say, we're gonna give you this 3% raise, but don't look over here, we're gonna raise your insurance by 2%. So it's truly not a 3% raise, it ends up being a 1% raise or less. So I would hope, I would hope that we work with the commissioners, so whatever raise we're gonna get, we're not putting that right back into insurance, because then it truly isn't a raise. The COVID logic, or the ARP money that several of our neighboring agencies have received, including Michigan City, that just got $5,000 last Friday in their pay as a bonus. I really think the logic behind that isn't to retain employees down the road, it's to thank the employees that came to work for a year and a half with this demon of the COVID around them. They went into houses, took calls for service, took 911 calls, et cetera, et cetera. It's a thank you for that, not to keep them here. Again, I think there is a really good show of solidarity tonight from the Sheriff's Department, county highway workers, EMS, et cetera, because we truly are the best retention and recruiting that the county has, right? If I go out into the community and say working for LaPorte County is a great place to work, that's hopefully going to recruit really good people to come work here. If I go out there and tell them that I'm not paid what I'm worth, essentially, or my benefits aren't that good people aren't going to come work here. And so all of these folks, these are your recruiting and retention. Giving somebody $1,000 a year for the next 4 years isn't going to keep somebody here. I mean, that's just reality. Not when neighboring agencies are getting $5,000, et cetera. These are your recruiting and retention. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public? Please state your name, sir.
Douglas Samuelson. I'm currently the president of the Fraternal Police Dunes Lodge 75, Michigan City, and I'm kind of speaking also for LaPorte 54 and Matt Dragmeister, because he has members of LaPorte County Sheriff's Department in their lodge, and so do I. First place, like Captain Heineck brought up about the 3% raise. I got so many extra notes after listening to you guys talk. Is not enough. No way is that enough. 3% doesn't even cost of living. And if you go back to what Connie said about the years that you didn't have it, you guys are so far in the hole right now, that's why we're in this spot. And I agree that you guys got to come up with a plan, but you also have to pay these guys now. South Bend, now LaPorte, are going to offer better wage packages, and I give Mayor Dermody for taking the bull by the horns and calling the officers that were looking at leaving and seeing it was true. I agree with their FOP for working hard to come up with it. Mr. Novak, we went to many city wage years of that, working under a contract with it, and it was hard fought. What you guys are planning at 3%, in my mind, is absolutely ridiculous. And I can say, you say the money's not there. We didn't hear mention of how much money was left in the budget from last year, things like that. There has to be money carried over. I think it was last year was one of the better tax collection years. So there's money there. You guys just got to dig a little bit deeper and figure out how you're going to fix this. And it's for everybody in the county. The guys that plow the snow in the middle of winter, I don't know how they do it, you know? But you gotta remember, these county guys are out there in the squad cars getting through the same garbage they are, you know? You guys gotta look at this and you gotta get it very serious, very quick. And I said this to the Michigan City Council as we negotiated, and Mr. Novak might have been in some of them. The Chicago Cubs for years were the farm team for the National League. They would coach a guy, Mr. Cunningham, coach a guy, make him good, ready to go, and then they wouldn't pay the money to keep him. That guy would go out and blast him, okay? That's what we've done here. We built a hell of a LaPorte County Sheriff's Department with these guys, Sheriff Boyd leading them. You guys gotta make sure that they're paid well to stay here. When South Bend will give them, and LaPorte City will give them the wages they're gonna give, and Mr. Cunningham, you said that the job is, you choose your job. I don't believe that's true in police, fire, and EMS. I think it's a calling, because you don't stick your hands in half the stuff that we do. And as a teacher, you had contracts, you worked under contracts, you fought hard for your wages. So I'm here for the men and the women of the LaPorte County Sheriff's Department, and I think you guys gotta really dig down and think, because 3% is ridiculous. And as far as the pandemic money, I agree with Captain Heineck that needs to be dispersed now. I know you can take your time, and that's not retention money. That's money that you guys are supposed to pay the guys that were on the street. And I also agree with Sheriff Boyd that all these guys are retiring, that worked those streets, that went out extra, that worked the extra shifts. They deserve that. So, and my one quick suggestion to take care of all this mess at the end of the year with you guys is do something similar we had in Michigan City. Every department has a contract. They come negotiate with you guys for their wages. That way it gives these guys a voice to say their opinion of what they think you guys are giving, and it makes them feel a part of it. I really believe that. I think you guys should all really think about giving every department a contract and let them come negotiate with you separately, same as we did in Michigan City, LaPorte City for all these years. All these guys got a voice in LaPorte City when they went there. These guys don't have that voice. Sheriff Boyd tries very hard to come to you guys, but it's not an easy thing for him to do either, okay? So, thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public?
Good evening, President Novak. This is Laverne Childs from Michigan Township Trustee's Office. I am just calling and chiming in just to say that to dispel all of the negative rumors that Michigan Township Trustee is not involved in the LaPorte County Rental Assistance Program. As you know, President Novak and Mr. DiMartino, we have been in conversation and have set this up July 30th that we were involved with this process. We continue to help anyone that comes in with eviction notices. If they report to our office and follow the guidelines, we will help them as best as we can. But other than that, I just want to let everyone know that yes, we are involved. We have been involved since July 30th to dispel all of the negative rumors that are out there, because we have been inundated by phone calls that we're not involved. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Jeff Kuhn, 5111 North Barclay, LaPorte. I'm also a captain of LaPorte County EMS. I echo some of the same comments that Andy Heineck and Mr. Samuelson did as well. The 3% raise, while it's a raise, it's appreciative, all that. Understand all the hard work that you're all doing, trying to make it fair and equitable about everybody. But the problem is that public safety is not the same. There are several sectors in the county that are essential, that run 24/7. Many other different departments were off half of the week during COVID. But police, EMS, building maintenance, IT, health department, and many other people, the jail, in the county still came to work every day and performed their jobs. Now, it's a job, and there'll be people online that will say it's their job they chose. You know, that's the risk they take. But no one accepted the risk that we were going to have. We have a risk that we could take home, kill your family members. We had an own member of our own department that unknowingly took COVID home and killed a member of their family. Quite tragic, but it's the reality of it. The 3% for an EMS employee is appreciative, but the average EMS employee works almost 3,000 hours a year, not the 80 hours a year. An EMS employee works 24-hour shift every third day. So when you're looking at our salary, that 3% is broken down even smaller. And then what Mr. Heineck said, it's even smaller when you look at the base pay. You want to do something with the 4,000? Yes. Give it at one lump sum because it'll make the most difference. You want to retain people? Show that you have an interest in them. The years without the raises have done nothing but show us that you're not interested. When it comes to benefits, people are leaving because of benefits. Work on the insurance program. Work on other areas that you can work on, whether it's vacation time, whether it's sick time, whether it's longevity. Because when you want to retain qualified people, and our departments that are essential, you need qualified people that are here to take that call, to provide the aid and provide the experience that you need so the calls get done. You know, no one thinks about a police officer until you need them, and you want the very best. You don't want the person that's been here a year or two. They may be well qualified, but they don't have all the answers or the experience. When you have an EMS call, you want experience. You're never thinking about that when you're sitting at home. Everyone's sitting in their house right now. They're not thinking about that. Same goes with fire, same goes with the health department. IT, this should have been a wake-up call last year and a half ago when the county got breached, that the IT department was so underly paid, and it's such a vital service right now. It became even more vital during COVID because now the technology is here so we can Zoom, people can see it. We need to make an investment into the employees in this county and not just keep on thinking that we're gonna play a shell game and we're gonna raise this and it's just gonna be a wash. Look at the load because it has benefits. So your public safety can get the raises it needs, can stay competitive, and other departments doesn't have to suffer because we're taking that money from them. Everyone in the county that works for the county needs an appropriate raise because it's true, like one of you said, the person that makes $20,000 a year, that $1,000 or that $4,000 or that 3%, that's one heck of a raise for them. But the person that's been here or gets paid the highest is a very low percentage. And so when you're looking at all this, take in consideration there are differences amongst different departments. We all have different roles, and our roles are important. They may not be equal, but they are important. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public that would like to speak? State your name, please.
Good evening. Can I approach and give you guys paperwork?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa Pierzakowski, Center Township Trustee, 1700 Lincoln Way Place. This is the balance that we have used. That was up till this morning. I did have a client in this evening I haven't made a decision on, but I will be making that decision. And then I'm in Cool Spring office tomorrow because we have training on Thursday. So I have 4 or 5 clients tomorrow. So I would like to ask for another $25,000 draw on that money that was appropriated for that because we're getting down low again. And,
Motion to approve that $25,000 draw.
Second.
You have a motion to approve the $25,000 draw out of the money that was already previously appropriated by Mr. Cunningham, seconded by Mrs. Grammarosa. Is there any other questions or comments?
I'd just like to ask, I know a certain amount of money was given to Michigan City
Michigan Township.
Michigan Township.
$10,000.
So would that be coming out of the first draw of the 25,000
No,
or the
that-
second draw of 25,000?
That came out of the $100,000 that we had originally appropriated. So we appropriated $100,000. She took it, Center
first draw.
Township took a $25,000 draw to get started. We gave Michigan Township a $10,000 draw, and now Center Township's coming back for a second $25,000 draw.
And mine is for 20 of the townships. Michigan Township is doing their own. So the draws that I'm asking for covers the other 20 townships.
So you'll be getting 50,000 after this draw.
This will be, the second draw will be 50,000.
We'll be at 50,000, and then the 10 that we've given Michigan Township, so you'll have 40,000 left, correct? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I have a question. It was my original understanding when we first came up with this plan that everything was supposed to run through Center Township, and that we wouldn't be having this problem where somebody has to speak up to say that their township is doing it. That if everybody followed the same rules, then there would be no problem. So there's no check and balances. The reason why we gave the money through leases because we knew about checks and balances. This is no disrespect to anybody in Michigan Township, the trustee's office, but there's a certain comfort level here that we didn't have with them. And therefore, that's the way it was originally talked about and discussed about, and that's what I thought the plan was written. So to hear now that separate money is going separately to them, I'm very much surprised that this has not been made general common knowledge to the rest of the people up here.
So it is with the condition, Michigan Township received the funds to participate as long as they followed the guidelines that the county put out. The township, it's not specified that every township has to use Lisa. Lisa's the spokesperson for them. So Michigan Township can do it, and that we had several meetings with Michigan Township. Guy DiMartino was there, explained the process to them. They think they feel confident that they could do it, then that's why they got the lesser amount to see, but they still have to account for it just like Lisa did.
So why isn't the township trustee asking and talking to us?
Because there's a representative from the township trustee. So, does that?
We get
does that
the real
matter?
thing when we
Does
talk to the others.
Let's focus on what the issue is.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or comments?
Just so I understand, so when Cool Spring does theirs, they're doing theirs, they're just getting the draw from you,
No,
correct?
I'm actually handling Cool Springs. I'm handling all the townships except for Michigan Township. So basically what happens is the township will contact me via email or phone call and say, I have this client that is in the process of a 10-day notice of eviction, and then they'll send them to me. So I'll either meet them at my office or I'll meet them at the Cool Spring office. So I'm handling the 20 townships.
Except for,
Except for Michigan. Yeah.
Michigan.
So there's 21 townships, so Michigan Township handling theirs, I'm handling the other 20.
Not that all of them have contacted you and have issues.
No,
Right.
I've given you the ones that
Right.
I've worked with so far,
Right.
other than the couple I'm working with now,
Right.
so.
Yep.
But I've been in contact with all the township trustees.
but Michigan Township is handling it in the same process that you're handling.
They are supposed to be. We
Okay.
have not seen their information yet because they just got on board. So
They-
hopefully they'll be here next month.
Right.
And give us an accounting of what they've done thus far.
And they know that,
Okay,
so,
all right, as long as they come in next month and they report to us, then,
absolutely.
Lisa, the first two clients listed on the sheet you gave us, I assume those are from Center Township? They're the only
Yes.
two that are not, those
Yes,
are
sorry.
Center?
Sorry about that.
I just want to make sure. So you've got Center, Hudson, Cool Spring, Noble, Union. That's 5 townships,
So far.
correct? 5 townships so far. Okay.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Any other public comments? Good evening.
Good evening. Joe Haney, Commissioner, LaPorte County. Wanted to touch on a couple things here really quickly tonight that we have on the agenda. First, solid waste budget. We worked really hard, including with Councilman Mullenhour, as well as with Director Turner on the solid waste budget, cutting as much as we could from that. I see that's on consideration for tonight, as well as LaPorte County EMA request here for some batteries for the sirens and the transformer. We worked on that originally with Larry, and since Barb has taken over in interim direction, she is, Ms. Houston has really been taking the bull by the horns there to get this finished and done. So hopefully that will receive favorable consideration as well this evening. With the amendment to the agenda from Councilwoman Grammarosa, I'd just like to speak very briefly here about supporting the auditor as far as legal counsel for him in his writ of mandamus action. I think it's important that we show support for the auditor as he is fulfilling his statutory duties as required by the law and by Indiana code. And hopefully we'll be able to see a quick and swift resolution to that. That's not going to cost the taxpayers too much money. Hopefully we can move through that rather quickly and put an end to that frivolous suit. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else from the public? Any other public comments? Any other public comments? Public comment is now closed. Moving on to department head reports.
Good evening, Council. Larry Lewandowski, Director of Facilities. As you know, we got a couple of projects that have come about, and we got hit with a couple unforeseens. So I'm here to ask for a motion to support. Our jail elevator, North Elevator modernization, it came to us that the elevators don't meet the codes of the new codes for the Homeland Security. We've got some issues that came about that we need to upgrade, which is going to put us at, I'm estimating about $50,000, not to exceed. We do have about $9,000 left in that project that we're going to use towards it, so that's why I'm hitting about $50,000 and not to exceed. And I need a motion of support so we can keep moving with that project.
And Mr. Martino, that came out of the emergency reserve fund for the elevator, I remember correctly?
Yes.
So it's okay to take the additional request out of there also, if we have a majority?
The $9,000, that's still pending.
50 additional
You're just
thousand.
giving a motion of support to move forward. I think
Right.
we'll have to.
I make a
Then we'll-
motion of
Then the
support.
appropriation we can do later.
Yes.
Right, got it.
Motion to support.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, seconded by Mrs. Grammarosa and Mr. Gardner.
Question, Mr. President?
Yes.
Who is the elevator company that you're dealing with?
Otis Elevator.
Dealt with Otis before. How did Otis, I understand this is not your fault. You can't be even an elevator expert too, but how did Otis mess that up?
I don't think it really messed up. As talking with the elevator company, the Homeland Security can change how they do it at the will. This was bid out, if you remember right, last year, and we're just getting started on this project. I think it was in June we finally got started on it. In that time, they've changed how they read their codes. As for one of the things they said was the smoke detection, which we have is 20 feet away. Now it's required by state statute that it has to be within 5 feet of all the elevators. So in order to do that and relocating the smoke detections, it presented a problem that the panel box that handled the fire system needed to have an upgraded card in it. So it snowballed in, from one thing, it snowballed into things that they don't have control over. It just...
I'm okay with that. The problem is though I deal with the elevator companies at the mills, so I can tell you the same. Not Otis, but another company. There's only 3 in the United States anyway. They have to, if they're bidding, they got to get back for it. Yeah, I don't care if it was bid a year ago or not. So I would just hopefully you tell us our displeasure for the way that they handle the bidding process.
Mr. Yagowski, I have. I'm like, you waited till the 24th hour or the 23rd hour to tell us that these things needed to be done, and now they're finished with this project, and they just came to us and said, okay, this. They gave us a list of items that need to be taken care of, and it's holding up that elevator from getting going, which is, in the jail, is a primary thing. So I have said our displeasure, and I don't think it went over very well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
So is this gonna exceed what they had budgeted it for?
We had budgeted $195 for the project.
$195,000.
$195,000. This is outside of their contract. of work that needs to be done. It needs to be done by outside.
This isn't technically elevator,
It's not technically the elevator stuff,
Work.
it's work that we have to have done.
it's other code things that have to be upgraded, electrical upgrades that have to be done.
Yeah, one of the things that they brought about, just came about, everything has to be LED throughout the whole elevator now. So all the lighting in all of the machine rooms have to be LED now. It's, again, I can't explain it, it's codes that they've changed over the time.
So once we approve this $50,000, how long has that elevator been down, and how soon are we gonna be able to get it up and running?
As soon as I can get this work done, we're already getting started on some of it. As soon as I can get this done so that they can come back and do their final and then get the inspection. Which is, I'll be honest with you, Councilman Brown, I can't control Otis. Otis works at their own pace. Their
Yeah,
elevator people know that they have you, so.
got it.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? And then we'll add this, Mr. Auditor, we'll add this to next month's agenda out of the emergency reserve fund. So,
Okay.
thank you.
The second item, the cooling tower, as you know, I came to you last month, cooling tower, compressor that went out that operates all of the jail. Well, we've got into it, and we all know that there's, when you start on a project, something can go wrong. Well, this one did. When this motor burnt up, it also burnt the Freon and all the oil into it, which in true reality, we can use it, but then you're just taking a brand new compressor and putting something bad into it. It needs to be taken out, it needs to be cleaned. We got a price from one company because this came about last week when they started on it, and we're still researching it, but the one price we had was an estimated $28,000. So just to get this part of it done. The whole price for the compressor was $24,000 some odd dollars from DA Job, which was our cheapest. We're actually right now asking them to research what can it be done if we do it manually without a truck coming in and actually filtering it. We do it all manually. So we are looking at options, but I need to keep moving on this project because it operates all the cooling and stuff within the jail and in all the cell areas.
So a company comes in and filters
They filter it all out, and then you can actually repurpose it and reuse it. It's a very time-consuming process, but it's expensive because you have to run it through their trucks and everything. We're trying to see if we can't do it manually and take it out. We're also researching what's it going to take to dispose of this and actually bring in new. We know that the Freon is like $2,000 per jug right now, and we would probably need close to 7 jugs. So, we do know it's going to be costly either way.
So
but this is the most expensive that we.
So what are you asking for?
I'm asking for motion of support not to exceed $30,000 if that's our only option, with hoping it's going to be cheaper, and I will let you know by next meeting. I should have an exact number. So we rushed around. We found this stuff out on Thursday of last week, Wednesday, so we were trying to rush to get some kind of verbal numbers from these people so we could keep moving.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Mr. Mullenhour, second by Mr. Gardner. Is there any other council questions or comments?
I do. This is for Freon,
It's for Freon and oil.
and they still sell Freon? They still sell?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yep.
It's just we have to use the certain types.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
it? Any other department heads?
Never like following anybody that's asking for money, but Jeremy Sebecki from the Parks Department, I'm not asking for money, so relax. I wanted to update you on the Bloom project, Bloom County Park. You guys gave us $70,000 to pave the parking lot, and we're doing the restroom and the playground as well, but the parking lot's done. It looks great. We added some money from our non-reverting fund to extend that parking lot another 10 feet so we can get another row of cars in the middle. So there was some wasted space there. And then we paved, also had a little money to pave all the way down to the shelter so that we'll have a nice smooth, that was starting to crack up on us. So it looks great. Haven't got it striped yet because of the rains and everything else. But also wanted to say that thanks to the highway department, they were able to come in and dig out the area for the playground. We had to drop that about a foot and a half, and then dig out for the mulch and everything else. So there was a lot of excavation there. We had to lower the level of it because of ADA requirements, trying to get, wheelchairs and that kind of stuff up there. But Dwayne and Andrew approved having their guys come out for a couple days, and they dug all that dirt out, which was 40 truckloads, and we were able to use that right next to where the parking lot was expanded. They just drove around, dumped it over there, and helped us grade it out. So we were able to use all that dirt right there. Didn't have to haul in any extra dirt. Didn't have to buy any. So Andrew and Dwayne approved that, and Craig Lyle, Brian Grisham, and Brandon, I didn't catch his last name, but those guys were out there for a couple days and just did a great job. Got it down to the level so that when the playground comes in, we'll be able to get that put in. The playground is another issue. Production on everything, as you know, is difficult right now. It was slated already, probably would have been in with the original projections, but now they're looking at mid-November for it to be out of the factory. So yeah, like I said, probably the worst time to put a playground in and invite people out to play on it, but we're hoping to have it in mid-November, get it done, and then have a big grand opening in the spring. So hopefully that'll be done. The restroom, our guys, if it ever stops raining, they're ready to pour the floors and start building the walls and everything. The plumbing's already in for the floors and stuff.
Great.
So, but thank you. And I also want to say thanks to Rick Brown. He gave us some erosion control blankets for the slope coming off the parking lot. And then, of course, my staff. They're doing a lot of stuff on their own to save us some money, too. So
It's looking great out there.
yeah, thanks. And
Yeah.
shameless plug, I have to say, the cross-country team is, both boys and girls made it to state. My son and daughter are on those teams, so I just wanted to say a big shout out to them. And
Great.
there's a send-off party at 8:15 on Friday at the high school. If
Congratulations.
can show
That's
up.
fantastic.
So, thank you.
Great. Thank you, Jeremy. Any other department heads?
Good evening, Barb Mossman, Human Resources Director. Just want to make everyone aware that we're going to be coming up on open enrollment. That's officially going to kick off November 15th. And that will just be for that week only for anybody who needs to make any changes to their health insurance, add, drop, things to that nature. Our APTA care coordinators are going to be hosting live meetings this week on Thursday and Friday, 11:30 and 4 o'clock. Our office will be sending out the link for those if anybody wants to check that out and see what information is available with changes. And also, I just need clarification on, I believe, the motion Mr. Mullenhour made. Did I receive funding for this year for the part-time employee?
I believe that's what he's going to pull it off the table for that
Okay, so that is on the
support.
agenda to address, okay.
Right.
All right, because I'd also like to announce that I did hire a part-time HR admin assistant. Her name is Janet Catchings. So hopefully this is approved because I was under the assumption it was, and she did start last week. She's made some tremendous progress with some reorganization on the files right now. We're having her focus on that, getting us caught up there. And then as we move through, just having her start to focus on different projects that the department needs, so.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other department heads?
Barb Houston, Interim Supervisor EMA. The pictures you're looking at or that I just passed out are pictures of the current. You can pass them all down, they're all different. They're pictures of the siren boxes and poles that we are currently working on. And we've had a couple. We had a phone call and an email regarding the siren at Jackson and Plum at the Greenwood Cemetery in Michigan City. And it has taken new batteries and it was hit by lightning. That's why it did not work. And we had to order a new circuit board for that. And it cost $1,800 for a circuit board. The second one that was also hit by lightning is at 700 East and 350 South in Fish Lake. And we did put new batteries in there, and We have also had to order a new circuit board at $1,800. But both of those sirens will go on insurance. Also, when they fix those sirens, we're going to put out a rave alert to the people that it's not, this is just a test, so that nobody gets upset, when the sirens do go off, because it might go off for quite some time. At the Springfield Fire Station, what happened there, the siren wouldn't rotate. What happened was the pulley that was on the siren rotted off and fell out and was had been laying there for quite some time. It does spin now, we did fix that. However, that particular siren needs a new pole, for one thing, and a battery backup. Right now it runs on electricity. If something knocks out the electricity, that siren won't work. So we're going to not only get it a new pole, but we're also going to get a new battery backup system installed. The Whirlpool siren, which is, I don't know if that's one of the pictures that I passed out to you, the Whirlpool siren is completely destroyed and has to have not only a new siren, but completely worked up. I believe that the one with the mouse nest is what took that siren out completely. They ate through it. And there are some other sites throughout the county that need batteries. Each one of those boxes takes 4 car-sized batteries in order to work, plus other things in order to work. There was a study done, and I discussed this with Randy, there was a study done as far as new sirens is concerned. And one is at 600 East and 150 North in Wills Township. One is Scipio Township at 100 West and 250 South. And they are building a new fire station, Scipio Township is, so there's a possibility we could put one in at 500 West and Highway 2, and Galena Township in the Heston area at 1000 North. I do not have any estimates on what these sirens will cost, so what I'm asking for is your support so that when I can come back and get the estimate and have these sirens fixed, I would appreciate that.
Mr. President.
Mr. Yagowski.
Ms. Houston, I know we talked about this about 2 meetings ago, maybe 3 meetings ago, about applying for any grants for this. There are some grants available for us.
All the grants have been taken up except there is, I did talk to, there was a lady that came up. Her name was Danielle Friday. Very nice lady from the state. And she said that there's a possibility that the Department of Agriculture would have possibly some money or a grant next year that could possibly pay for these.
Very great. Thanks for homework. Thanks. Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yagowski, seconded by Mr. Gardner. Is there any other questions? And then the other thing that we talked about is as part of the grant and in the future is modernizing all the sirens and seeing what other areas in the county need them.
We currently, right now, we have 45 sirens.
Right.
With these 4, if they are approved and we do get the place to put them, obviously, we'd have 49 sirens. We're currently checking all the sirens to make, to ensure. Each one of the batteries, and I mentioned 4 car batteries per box, is $125. And, it's just extremely expensive. No matter what you do, it's extremely expensive.
Because those sirens are old.
Yes, sir.
I mean, they're old, so we keep spending money fixing them up, and there's a lot more modern technology out there. Let's
And
put it that way.
we will check into that.
Great. Thank you.
The other thing,
We're gonna,
I'm sorry.
all those, go ahead, question?
I just want to ask you, I mean, looking at these pictures, this seems like more than 1 year's damage.
Yes, ma'am.
So are they on a routine check where, we're sending somebody out, and are they on a yearly?
I can't answer your question.
So-
I just took over, I'm sorry.
So there was an individual that was on the EMA payroll that was charged with going out and maintaining the sirens. That individual is no longer with the county a while back. So I'm not talking
July.
about the one that just retired.
No, in
Right.
July of.
This individual, and so it was, yeah. So there was somebody that was doing it, and I think part of it was they weren't sure how well a job he was doing, so he was let go.
So what are we gonna do for future? Because when you're looking at this type of damage, I mean, obviously, we have to have some type of a maintenance program. Have you thought about, how you're gonna handle the maintenance in the future? Instead of coming to us all at once and saying, we have X amount of boxes that need to be replaced at one time, if there's like a maintenance and someone's out there and doing the checks, then we can catch this before it gets to this point.
I don't disagree with you at all. This is, the gentleman that was doing this, he was paid every 2 weeks to do this, and obviously he was not checking them. I have talked with Marcus Electric, who is doing the sirens at this point, and they know what they're doing. They're obviously checking them. I don't have any idea as far as a routine. Mr. Butcher is out on family medical leave, and it's his department, and I think when he comes back that he should be charged with, figuring this out. We'll do all we can in the meantime, but I'm just supervising right now and trying to get everything fixed that I possibly can.
So between the time that individual left in July, you said July, I don't even
July
remember the
1st.
date. July 1st, Jeff Wojtrowski was going around and trying to maintain them and doing it until they got somebody, I guess.
Yes.
There was somebody
He-
going out.
These are the ones that I'm presenting tonight that obviously beyond his control.
Right.
Electrical and everything.
Right.
He was checking fuses, he was replacing fuses, batteries, put new locks on all the boxes that he could, and, that
Yep.
was what was being done.
And I'd like to say thank you for stepping up and taking this over and taking this task on. But I just want to make sure that in future, forget about what happened in the past, in future right now, what are we going to do to maintain it? And if Mr. Butcher is still out, that's fine. I mean, we all have family situations where, we can't be at work. But if you're the interim supervisor, are you going to get some kind of a maintenance program going for now so that from this point on to the future, we can make sure that we're not having this problem?
Well, Mrs. Grammarosa, that's why I've talked with Marcus Electric.
Okay.
Because most of this is just electrical problems, not, the rotting and all that, that's from maintenance that hasn't been done. But we will definitely have these up and running as well as we can.
And checking, at a periodic
Marcus Electric.
point
And then
where.
when Mr. Butcher comes back, he will be able to go forward with this and continue to check them.
I'd just like to add something. I'm the liaison for EMA, and I've talked to Larry Butcher regularly, and I know he's expected to come back this month, or sometime this month, hopefully, or early next. So I'll be definitely talking to him about that and letting him know.
Mr. Mullenhour, plans have changed. He's on a 3-month FMLA and won't be back hopefully before February, but not until February.
Okay, I'll still talk to him though.
Sure.
The conversation I had with him 2 days ago, he said, if there are any emergencies, I'm responding, let me know. So evidently, things are going much better for him.
I'm pleased.
So
But
it was
I
very.
didn't know that.
Right. So that was the latest that I just got, so.
I'll definitely
Okay.
call him tomorrow morning. And
Yeah, I was surprised he answered the phone, so, but he did, so, definitely.
So are you going to vote?
Well, no.
Please.
You can't just stop talking and go, no, you gotta. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
One more thing.
Okay.
I also need your support on this. Was not, it's not been advertised, but as you know, Mr. Wojtrowski retired after 33 years of service. And we did manage, with the commission's permission, to pay him his salary and everything up until everything that was required of him, the 60 sick days and the 20 vacation and the 42 hours of comp time. And now we need to replenish his salary for that department. $9,291.35 is what we need to put back in, and I will be on your next meeting.
You're on it. You're under new business. Item number 3. $9,291.35.
I didn't think it got on.
I thought you were just trying to
Thank you.
pull a fast one and get,
Sorry,
jump
I
ahead.
didn't know he put it on.
Right, no.
Sorry,
Yeah.
thank you. I'll be back.
All right, thanks. Any other department heads? Any other department heads? Any other department heads? Department head reports are now closed. Liaison reports. Start with Mrs. Grammarosa.
Okay, Drainage Board and Regional Sewer, they are two departments that run themselves, no problems there. Want to talk about the LaPorte North-South Corridor. They had a meeting on September 27th. We are still in phase 1 of funding. Once they get through the phase 1 of funding, then they can go ahead with the environmental improvement and voter registration. Sat down with them. We'll be coming forward, they'll be coming forward in a little bit for a scanner refrigerator. We had Pioneer Cemetery, so they contacted us. They did come to us during their budget hearings, and there was some confusion on whether they should be named Pioneer Cemetery or Pioneer Cemeteries. And I know someone had put in a request to change the name because it encumbered a couple of cemeteries, and after talking to them, they told me to just kind of mention the fact that that is state mandated, and we cannot go ahead and change the name on that. And then the only other thing I have, I'm trying to go fast because I know that I don't want this to run on. Paladin, I'm the liaison for Paladin. They are looking right now at building a new building, and so right now they're in the process of just looking at the location that they have and expanding on it, and they'll be coming to us at a little later of a date looking for ARP money. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Mola?
On September 29th, I attended the LaPorte County Redevelopment Commission meeting. On the 29th of September, I also met with EMA Interim Supervisor Barb Houston to discuss and update me on several issues in the EMA department while Director Larry Butcher's on sick leave. On October 5th, I met with general insurance representatives for a tour, along with Commissioner Haney and Director Mossman, to tour North Shore LaPorte Clinic at 508 Legacy Plaza. And on October 21st, I met with HR Director Barb Mossman regarding her, and it's been on the agenda now for the old business part-time, budgeting part-time pay for, and authorizing that, taking it off the table for the remainder of this year, 2021.
Thank you.
That's it.
Mr. Gardner?
Well, Larry Lewandowski has presented everything, but Mark and I are his liaison, so I don't need to report on that. Rick Brown, MS4 Director, has been working with Parks, which Jeremy stated, and I don't think this board has heard anything on Purdue Extension, which I am the liaison, so I guess, Randy, you need to kind of bring them up to date of what's actually going on with that.
You want me to do that under my report, or
That's
you
fine.
want to do it under yours?
That's fine, that's
All
all I have.
Mr. Rosenbaum?
Very short. I've spoken to each one of mine. Most of the conversation has been about raises, and besides the things like Jeremy has brought up regarding the Parks and Rec, I attended the RDC meeting. There's more things happening that are not ready to share yet. We have another meeting this Wednesday for RDC, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Mr. Cunningham?
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing to report outside of daily operations at this time with my departments, except I do want to comment on you and I were both in attendance at what 99% of the population in LaPorte County doesn't even know exists, probably. I've lived here my whole life and had no idea this happened, but Mr. Novak and I attended the largest homing pigeon race in the United States a couple weeks ago in LaPorte County, down around Wanata, and like 1,190 pigeons were released in Missouri and expected to find their way back to a barn in Wanata, Indiana, and there were $1.6 million in prize money. There were people there from all over the United States and several continents besides. Yeah, Randy and I just kept looking at each other like, you really believe this is happening in LaPorte County? And it was phenomenal, really. The number of people that were there from New Jersey, California, Florida, all over the country, and several Middle Eastern countries, Mexico, Canada. And Randy and I both thought, well, this is really a big deal. They released 1,100. What in Europe, they released like 30 or 40,000 pigeons to try to get back home, and the prize money is significantly larger.
It was an absolutely incredible thing to see, so I agree. Mr. Yagowski.
Yeah, for the highway department, like everybody's understanding the fact when they're trying to order vehicles, there are none. They came back this year with a good proposal. We gave them money for the trucks, but unfortunately, they won't be receiving some of those on time. Just like the emblems, I know they've been brought up. They're going to be asking for consideration of some trucks to order this year, but they won't arrive till next year. So we get our order in, because if you're not on the list, you're not going to receive them.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you. Under my report, they attended the Veterans Court graduation last week, and Senator Braun came in, was the speaker there, and 4 individuals graduated from that program. It's a fantastic program. On the Purdue extension, since it deals with personnel, it's confidential, and I can't go into details. All I can tell you is, so far we've had 2 meetings, and we've had 3 meetings with them. We have another meeting scheduled in the week of next week, not this week. And since Mr. Gardner, I believe, was at is the liaison, I'm going to try and include him in the next meeting that's coming up, and they're working on some changes, and they don't want to. This is at Purdue's request that nothing be publicized at this time, because we're dealing with personnel. So that's the best I can tell you.
Mr. President,
doesn't make anybody happy, but yes.
I'm sorry. I know you can't talk about that part, but I believe that we did get Purdue's attention in our last meeting, correct?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Right. And when they had the open meeting that they canceled at the last minute, that I believe there were 3 or 4, I know Commissioner Haney was there, Mr. Cunningham, Mr. Rosenbaum, Mr. Grammarosa, and Mr. Mollenauer were there. That got their attention also. So we're working on changes. That's all I can tell you. So it's a major thing. It's not as easy as you think, but changes are coming. So, Barb, is there anything else you'd like to add to that? Not Barb. This Barb. Barb Mossman. No. All right. All right. And then I agree 100% with Earl. This loft in Wanata is the largest loft race in the United States, and you send your baby pigeons there when they're 35 days old, and this loft raises those pigeons, 4,500 pigeons, until they're old enough, and then they take them out and fly them and everything. And the amount that they released the other day was the amount of pigeons they had left out of 4,500, because every time they fly with, and some people said that they think it's the 5G network, it's other things that causes the pigeons to lose their bearings, but by God, they were predicting what time they thought the pigeons were coming in, and by God, all of a sudden, here comes a pigeon that flew 350 miles. Yeah, and I mean, it's like nonstop. So it's amazing that that's, like Mr. Cunningham said, that's happening in LaPorte County and never even knew it was there. So
They start out with 4,500, and when they fly the 50-mile race, they lose some pigeons. Then they fly a 100-mile race, and they lose some pigeons. And then they fly a 150-mile race. They're all trying to qualify for this 350 big money race, and that was the 1,190 that were left. That's what it came down to.
and they fly longer ones than that. And the other thing, I just want to make a comment now that a couple people got up and said, 3% isn't enough. 3% is as far as I'm concerned, is the baseline on salary raises without going into giving other people or individuals more money outside of the 3% or outside of a percentage raise or bonus raises. So that's not, so I completely understand, but just want to reiterate that. Let's go to correspondence. Anything, Mr. Auditor?
Well, we have from the Hannah Township and the solid waste, but those will be dealt with in new and old business.
Thank you. Next item, we'll go over to ordinances and resolutions. An ordinance of the LaPorte County Council authorizing the issuance of economic development local income tax revenue refunding bonds for the purpose of currently refunding the outstanding obligation related to the 2015 master equipment lease agreement and address other matters connected herewithin. Could we have that? Do we have an ordinance number on that?
2021-10B.
Dash?
10B.
10B.
The budget you approved earlier was 10A.
Okay, 10B. All right. So,
Mr. President, I believe that we have Mr. Mosier on Zoom, and we also have bond counsel to answer any questions.
is there anything that either would like to add, or do we, before we get started, or?
This is Randy Rumpola from Barnes and Thornburg, and we're serving as bond counsel for the proposed refunding. We had spoken to Mr. DiMartino earlier today, and I know a discussion regarding the adoption of the ordinance this evening in one reading. And Mr. Mauser can speak to why that might be helpful in terms of getting the refunding done yet this year, take advantage of hopefully what will be good market rates. But I think if you want to speak to, I had emailed you the updated ordinance that just removes the appropriation language that was in the ordinance. If the council is amenable, and if you were to choose to adopt the ordinance this evening, we would just substitute that or the ordinance that was sent to you in your packets with this updated ordinance. And then in November, at your November meeting, we would have a separate appropriation ordinance, at which time you could adopt the appropriation ordinance. Adopting the bond ordinance this evening would allow for the possibility of being able to sell bonds yet this year. If you take the ordinance on first reading tonight and consider it for adoption in November, then the refunding bonds likely would not be sold until after the first of the year, just given the calendar in the bond market. And Andy, I don't know if you want to comment on that.
Sure, thanks, Randy. Good evening, council members. But as Randy mentioned, this is kind of an update of the refunding that I know we introduced last month, kind of the first formal approvals. Monitoring the refunding as of this week with interest rates, we're still in the range of maybe $20,000 per year, just under $200,000 in net present value savings. So as Randy mentioned, adopting the bond ordinance in a single reading here tonight would allow us to expedite the timetable, have the flexibility to sell bonds and get interest rates locked in either at the end of this year, most likely in December by the time we get through the bond rating process, or first thing next year. So gives us a little bit more flexibility on timing to monitor any interest rate movement and make sure we maximize the savings to the county for doing so. So be glad to answer any questions on the ordinance or the process.
This was something I was in concurrence with and indeed recommend to increase flexibility.
Right. So, is there a motion to read by title only?
No, we first need a motion to
Well, do we do that one first?
yes.
So the first one would be motion to suspend the rules and have on first and second reading tonight. Is there a motion?
Mr. President, motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yagowski, second by Mr. Cunningham, to have on first and second reading tonight, and it requires unanimous consent. So, questions? Questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
Mr. President,
Yes.
motion to approve the read by title only.
Motion by title only by Mr. Yagowski.
Second.
Second by Mr. Cunningham. By title only, Mr. Auditor?
This is an ordinance of the LaPorte County Council authorizing the issuance of economic development local income tax revenue refunding bonds for the purpose of currently refunding the outstanding obligation related to the 2015 Master Equipment Lease Purchase Agreement and addressing other matters connected therewith.
Thank you. What's your preference?
Motion.
Motion to approve, and then I have a question after. Second.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, second by Mr. Mullenhour.
Okay.
We still need to have two readings, so this is the first reading that we're doing right now.
Okay. I just want to confirm it's not, there's language regarding limits of 150,000 for savings, or not in this current?
There's no language in the ordinance regarding savings. If at the council's pleasure, either this month, you can say something on the record to give direction to the folks who are selling the bonds, but there's nothing in the ordinance because we don't want to be hamstrung.
I just wanted to make sure, because there's been discussion, and like you said, this was a new copy, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other comments? All those in favor on first reading, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Is there a motion for second reading?
Make the motion for second reading?
Second, for a motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, second by Mrs. Grammarosa. Is there any other questions or comments?
Just a generic comment. It's kind of like refinancing your house.
Right.
That you get a lower interest rate.
Yes.
Yep. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Is there anything else that needs to be done on that, Mr.
Motion to adopt.
Martino?
What's adopted after the second reading? Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Cunningham, seconded by Mr. Rosenbaum to adopt. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to move on to new business. Consider approval from County Council President, authorization to hire replacement positions for the LaPorte County Emergency Management Office, Comment 5, Executive Assistant Homeland Security position. This is to replace the person that retired this last month. That Barb is also on item number 3, a request for $9,291.35.
Let's do them one at a time, please.
Okay. I was going to say that's the individual that's retired. Okay?
Okay.
All right. What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cunningham, seconded by Mrs. Grammarosa.
Question.
Yes, sir.
This position
This would be for HR Director Mossman. This position is not going to be filled though right away, right? Isn't this the assistant?
That is correct. We are holding off until Mr. Butcher returns to hire this position in, so.
Good, thank you.
But you have somebody in mind, correct?
Do I have somebody in mind?
Mr. Butcher and you?
She doesn't
I
have
have
somebody.
not spoken with Mr. Butcher
Thank
yet
you.
or not.
All right.
Mr. President,
Yes?
question, so, the reason why the job was paid, the difference why it was paid was executive secretary, you want to call it, whatever you want to call the name of it, assistant, is because of grant writings and that. Is anything changed as far as the job description? They're supposed to be able to help write grants. That was a requirement for that job, because most of those 90% of that work is grant writing.
Yes.
I'm looking at,
To my knowledge, there's been no change with the job description that I have been informed of. So I couldn't answer if, I'm assuming there's grant writing language in there, but I'm not 100%.
Would you please check them, because I didn't want to get lost, because it's been, some 12 years ago when we created that position.
is this position also the one that we receive reimbursement from the state? Are they paid portion?
Yes, that's the same one, correct.
Okay. All right. All those.
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Next one is LaPorte County Clerk, Circuit Court for a deputy clerk.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Gardner, seconded by Mr. Rosenbaum.
And just for clarification, this is in Michigan City, this deputy, or is it here in LaPorte?
Michigan City.
Thank you.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thanks. Thank you. LaPorte County Health Department requesting permission to hire 2 public health clerk positions that people retired.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, seconded by Councilwoman Graham Rosa. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you. We have 2 items on the agenda tonight that the Healthcare Foundation gave grants subject to the county council matching the funds. So the first one is the Honorable Judge Greta Freeman, Superior Court Number 4, requested a motion of support for $36,165 in supplemental healthcare foundation grant for the intensive care manager position of 2022.
Motion to support.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, second by Ms. Graham Rosa.
Question?
Yes.
Is this a new position?
No.
Okay.
Am I correct? I see Judge shaking her head no, I believe. Is that?
All right.
Yeah, yes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Next item is Barb Houston, E911, requesting permission. This is the $9,291.35 for Jeff Wojtrowski, who retired as an EMA, working in EMA, but previous to that, I think he worked in under the sheriff's office.
Sheriff's Department.
Right.
And
Right.
other positions,
So he was with the county for quite a while.
33 years.
Right.
I have a question. If we're not going to fill it until January,
This is his holiday, is sick days and everything else.
so
got at the
we've
time.
used up all the money currently in 2021, and so there's not enough money to pay him this, so you're looking for a motion.
He's
Already
been
paid him.
He's been paid, so you're looking to replenish it,
replenish the,
but if we're not hiring, why do we need to replenish it?
well, that was my question. I'm really not sure. I mean, the money's there if we,
So if Director Butcher comes back next week, there's no money to hire somebody, correct?
correct.
So we could put it off till next month and do this next month, but we're gonna have to do it. Now, obviously, they're not gonna spend it if they don't hire somebody. And they're not gonna hire somebody until
I
Director
get
Butcher
it.
comes
I
back.
just,
So
This is just a motion for
They've had
support.
several applications.
What's that?
This is just a motion for support
yeah,
right now, right?
and then it has to be
It's gonna
done on
need
the
to be
next meeting
appropriated.
anyway, if we going forward.
This is,
So-
and this is a motion of support.
So I'll do the
we still
motion
have
to support.
appropriate it. Correct. Correct.
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, seconded by Mr. Cunningham. Motion of support.
Thank you.
You left that part out. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. LaPorte County EMS requested a motion of support to enact a tag-along clause with an open ambulance contract.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Andrew.
I have Jeff Kuhn with me also to mainly kick me if I say something wrong. Jeff does our bid specs for our ambulances. He has for about 10 years now. Excuse me. So he's pretty well versed in the verbiage in the bid spec, so I brought him along just for a little bit of support. So I'd like to explain a little bit of background with this, just so you kind of know where we ended up or how we ended up where we are now. So we currently have 2 ambulances on order that we got approved for at the beginning of the year. About midsummer, we started getting calls from our ambulance vendors saying there's going to be delays, and the first delay was due to chassis availability. A couple other conference calls after that kind of pointed towards electrical components, HVAC, factory shutdowns due to COVID. So then the calls kind of turned into, this may affect future orders, build time, any future orders moving forward into 2022 and even further. So currently, if we were to place an order right now today, the build time would be 510 days. So we wouldn't see that ambulance until April of 2023. That alone is concerning. Our normal process is to go to bid at the beginning of the year, which takes a month and a half or a couple months. We usually don't sign the contract until about March. So I asked, what if we did our normal process, we went into March? The answer I got was, by the end of this year, all of 2023 will be booked. So we'd be looking at 2024 to get an ambulance if we waited and did our normal routine. So obviously this is very concerning to us. So for us to wait 2 to 2.5 years for a replacement ambulance would be very critical to our fleet. So, and just to explain, right now we have 2 2012 ambulances that they both have, one has 147,000 miles, one has about 140,000 miles. One of those ambulances is having major engine issues. We're limping along. We have to check the oil on it regularly. It's burning oil, burning coolant. The engine's going to go any day now. We have to park the thing while we wait to trade it in. The second ambulance is having major chassis frame issues where the cab is actually separating from the chassis, from the frame. So we've kind of put that one off to the side a little bit too while we're waiting. So these ambulances that we have, they hit about that 120 to 140 mark, and they don't do real well after that point. A lot of wear and tear. They start breaking down. We start putting a lot of money into them. So the next batch that are due, which are the 2014s, which would play into what I'm talking about, the next order, which would be into 2024. These 2014s that would be sitting there waiting already have 110,000 and 108,000 miles on them. So they're already nearing that point where we're gonna start seeing some breakdown with them. And then to have to wait 2.5 to 3 years to replace them, that's gonna be very detrimental to our fleet. We're gonna be putting ambulances, parking them and not being able to drive them due to safety issues. Obviously we don't have a crystal ball, and I don't know what these ambulances are truly going to be like when we get there, but I can just tell you what experience we've had in the past and the trouble we've had in the past and we currently have now with the ones that we're waiting to trade in. So that's one area of concern, is the long build time. The other area of concern that we've been told about is the large price increases. So just a quote here from our ambulance vendor, quote what he sent me in an email. He said, aside from major chassis increases and a decrease in Ford rebate, as well as increases in all products used to build and assemble ambulances, prices have continued to climb. As reported, increases in aluminum, wood, electronics, foam, wire, lighting, and paint all have seen an increase of at least 10%. So EVS, which is a company out of South Bend that makes all of our seating for us, they have a 30% increase that's taken effect in 2022. Stryker, who makes our cots and our stair chairs, has a 9% increase that takes effect in 2022. A lot of these increases are taking effect in 2022. But some of them have taken effect already. Most of them are taking effect into 2022. So, knowing that this might be a long shot, we do have a tag-along clause in our bid spec, and Jeff put that in there when we did the donation rate. Thank you. And we used it, and we got that donation rate for the same price as the original contract price. So we started exploring this option, and we got on a conference call with actually the president of Osage, which is our ambulance vendor, and kind of pitched our idea. We pitched 2 ambulances on this tag along just to see what he'd say. We've been longtime customers of this company. We said we'd like to continue to be customers of this company, and we'd like to enact this clause that's built into our binding contract that we have currently open with the company. So surprisingly, about 2 days later, we had a very generous offer from our salesman that they did agree to 1 tag along, but they cannot cover the lack of the Ford GPC discount, which is about $4,500, because that's out of their control, that Ford does not provide the discount anymore. They said they will cover everything else, give us the ambulance for the same price, which is first quarter 2021 pricing that we're getting at the end of 2021, almost in 2022, which that alone is remarkable. But in addition, since we stressed the issue with the build time, which is build times I can see pushing past 700 days or even further, they said that they would give us priority placement line of 350 days build time. So that means if we placed an order, we would have that rig by next year, or the end of next year, instead of 2.5, 2 year, 3 years down the road. So this would be a cost savings of this 1 tag-along ambulance of $21,507.46. So if you would agree to, basically I would just need a motion of support to be able to sign the contract, secure the pricing, and secure our place in line for the 350 days and take advantage of this generous offer, versus going out to bid next year and doing all that. I would come back next year, ask for the actual appropriation out of CDC or wherever you'd like it to come out of. So that's on the first unit that they offered. Now they did make another offer on the second unit. Now on the second unit, they said they can't give me the original first quarter 2021 pricing, but they did give me fourth quarter 2021 pricing. So they're giving me pricing prior to the 2022 big increases. So, and in addition to that, they're also, with the second unit, going to give us priority placement online of 350 days. So with that ambulance, this cost savings, if we were to do that ambulance, would be $9,504.46. The only caveat to that one, the second unit, is because there are price increases, that one would qualify to need me to bid. But I feel, personally and professionally, that this would qualify for an emergency appropriation due to the fact that if we don't do this, it could cause us to delay 2.5 to 3 years down the line. It could be detrimental to our fleet. It could be detrimental to the service we provide. And we're not alone in this situation. There's ambulance companies across the board are having the same issue. So it wouldn't matter if we go to another company. They're still going to have long build times. And then if we have to go out to bid and delay the signing of this contract even longer, we're going to push ourselves down the line even more. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. I hope I explained this properly. I gave you enough information.
Quick question.
Mr. President.
Oh.
Sorry, Earl.
Real quick question. The 2 ambulances you have with 140,000 approximately, you're keeping all the records that will help you show that it is an emergency when you're having these repaired and so forth. You've got all that documentation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Yagowski.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no problem. I understand the reason why we have to support this tonight, but on the other part, it won't take away from my vote in the future, because I think that we could have different schedules for ambulance that we have right now. But with that saying, this should qualify for ARP money. This is exactly what this fund's about, because it's been shut down because operations are shut down. They can't get the chips because of everything's going on.
Right. Great. Any other? This
This
is a motion of support, so we would still have to determine the funding mechanism in a future date. So we don't have to determine where it's coming from. At this point, I agree with Mr. Yagowski on that, Mr. Cunningham. So this is a motion of support to allow them to proceed with these.
Mr. President, also with the second unit, it'd be a declaration of emergency appropriation also, if I'm correct.
I'd have to ask legal if that.
Because if not, I'd have to, because if I sign the contract and forego the bidding process and then later on have to do a bid, I'd catch myself in a bad
Mr.
spot,
Yagowski?
so.
Yeah, Mr. President, point of order on, because it's a contractual thing, it needs to go in front of the commissioners. I have no problem with this, but this is not, the second part of it needs to be discussed with the commissioners for us. They have to go into any kind of contract.
They would be the ones to make a determination as to, Mr.
As to ambulance 2, we have an existing contract with the option.
Correct. That's a
As
no-brainer.
to ambulance
Yep.
1.
Right.
Right.
And I wanted to give the council the courtesy, just because it was financially involved, I wanted to give you the courtesy to come to you first, and then go see the commissioners and go from there. But I was advised that whoever I go to first could make it an emergency declaration, what I was advised, but.
For both
Motion of
rigs.
support?
No, we just the one.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion of support for the one rig. And then what would we do with the second one?
We make a separate motion of support.
Okay, so just the first one, so we're
just
gonna do
do
the
them
motion
separate, right.
of support for the emergency rig.
The first one is a tag along,
Right.
so it's not an emergency.
The
So
first one's a tag along, which they are giving us the
Same
original
pricing.
price, just they can't give us the
discount.
GPC
Right,
discount for
right,
Ford.
right.
But
Right.
the company's giving us the same exact price that they normally would, so that's considered, they qualify for a tag along.
So that's your motion?
Yes.
Remember? Okay.
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Rosenbaum, motion by Mr. Grammarosa. For ambulance 1, which is, we'll call it the tag along. It's a motion of support, so. All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you. Now,
Ambulance number 2, I would make a motion. For ambulance number 2, I'd make a motion that we encourage Andrew to go to the commissioners and request that they declare an emergency based on the factual record of your existing ambulances. And that we proceed with purchasing that one if possible. We'll fund it. We have to fund it later
So,
anyway.
Mr. Cunningham, you're saying you're giving him a motion of support if the commission finds it an emergency?
Correct.
Yes.
right. All right.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Cunningham, second by Mr. Rosenbaum. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, LaPorte County Planner, commitment letters for Group 3, NDOT 80% funding for FY 2027.
Fiscal year.
Fiscal year.
Yeah, Mitch Bishop.
Construction. Man, it's hard to believe we're 2027.
I know. Well, as it states, I plan to apply for 3 separate grants, Group 3 funding, through NDOT, for 3 separate bridges. All 3 of those bridges, 7, 166, and 94. 7's in Springfield Township. 166 in Prairie, and 94 is in Johnson. All 3 of those, according to our bridge inspection report that we do annually, they need full replacement. They're recommending full replacement by 2027. Ironically, the grant offers construction money in the year 2027. So what that means, if I receive the funding, I apply, the funding would be available. We hired an engineering firm in 2022, and by the time it goes through the process of right-of-way, design 1, design 2, and design 3 stages, environmental documents, etc., by 2027, which could be July 2026. That's July 1, 2026 to June of 2027. In that area, the funding would be available for construction and construction inspection.
Let me mark that on my calendar.
Yeah. Hey,
Holy cow.
You gotta program these things.
Right.
You know?
Oh,
It
it's
makes no
great.
sense for the county, and
Right.
these 3 bridges alone would bring in nearly $4.4 million.
Because it's an 80%,
Yeah.
80-20?
And then the 20% would be Cume Bridge.
Right.
That's what I'm asking for. These are just commitment letters, of course. I'm not asking for any appropriations right now. This is the same thing I brought many years before you. This
Motion to
requirement.
approve.
Okay.
Motion by Mr. Cunningham,
Second.
second by Mr. Rosenbaum. Is there any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks.
Great job. Next item is Hannah Township petition for their 2022 budget to be approved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gardner, seconded by Mr. Cunningham. Is there any other questions? Is there something you have to say? I mean, you're more than welcome to talk. But don't take me wrong. That came out wrong. I
They
mean,
get paid by the word, so thank you.
Right, okay.
Now, Attorney Brad Adamski here on behalf of the Hannah Township. Appreciate the motion in the second. There is a resolution/ordinance that gets signed with that, so I would just pass that out, assuming.
great.
Would it be possible for us to read the resolution into the record?
I can do so. And this is what's called budget form number 4 on the state's website. This is used for all townships and other budget entities. Be it ordained resolved by the LaPorte County Council that for the expenses of Hannah Township, LaPorte County for the year ending December 31, 2022, the sums herein specified are hereby appropriated and ordered set apart out of the several funds herein named and for the purposes herein specified, subject to the laws governing the same. Such sums herein appropriated shall be held to include all expenditures authorized to be made during the year, unless otherwise expressly stipulated and provided for by law. In addition, for the purposes of raising revenue to meet the necessary expenses of Hannah Township, LaPorte County, the property tax levies and property tax rates as herein specified are included herein. Budget Form 4B and all funds must be completed and submitted in the manner prescribed by the Department of Local Government Finance. This ordinance/resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and approval by the LaPorte County Council. And then I would point out that this budget is an exact replication of the 2021 budget. There's been no change to it.
Great. Thank you.
And again, for maybe new council members or for audience, the reason this has to come before the council is the township board is made up of at least 2 volunteer firefighters. Because of that, the state has said they can't approve their own budget, since part of that is the fire fund and contract for fire services.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Barry.
The point of order, was there a motion to adopt?
Yeah.
There was a motion.
Mr. Gardner and Mr. Cunningham.
Oh, okay, that wasn't to read
Yep.
it, that was to
Yep.
adopt it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yours? Oh, okay.
Sign that this evening because it has to be submitted within 48 hours and we're.
Pick it up right here, right at the end of this.
We're getting Councilman Yagelski's stamp. I
Right.
think he's authorized us to. That will be here in a minute or two.
Thank you. Next item is human resource permission to pay 2022 health insurance premiums.
I'm not quite sure I'm going to be paying that, but it is to set up the funding for the 2022 health insurance. I do have General Insurance Services, Craig Minnie, on Zoom with me today. If you have any questions with regards to this information, yes, I believe he is still on Zoom. We are looking at a 4.5% increase to our health insurance premiums for the 2022 plan year. I did provide you with a breakdown of what that is in email, and we are maintaining the 85-15% split with that. What we are looking at basically, as far as the premiums go, if we're going with just the plan $1,000 deductible, an employee will be looking at approximately a $75 increase for the year. That will go all the way down to the family plan. They'll be looking at $213 increase on their premiums for the plan year.
For the year, total for the year.
For the employee for the year, correct. The actuarial has estimated our claim liability. We're looking at expected total plan costs for the 22 plan year of $10,044,665 with a maximum of 12.2. So that's what we will need funding for the 2022 plan year. Craig, are you on?
I am. Good evening.
Good evening. Is there anything that you would like to add to that? Or does anyone have any questions for Mr. Menny with General Insurance Services?
I've asked this question before, and I still don't understand the answer to this. If someone has a deductible and the insurance company has an agreement with the hospital that it is less money than what they're charging, how is the hospital allowed to come back and charge the employee for the additional amount?
I don't believe they're allowed to.
But yeah, that'd be correct. If there's a network agreement, there's often situations where providers in the facility are out of the network. And that would be a common scenario in which an individual could be billed for utilizing a network facility.
Could you state what he just said?
I believe
It's hard to
understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, if you go in for a surgery, if maybe the anesthesiologist is out of network and you're not made aware of that when you go in, is that correct? Where you're going with that, Craig?
Correct.
Yes. You will be billed for that physician's services at out of network cost. The hospital may be in network.
So let me ask you a question. When you go and you get admitted and you have to do the pre-done and everything gets pre-approved, how is it that they're allowed to use someone that's out of network when you're doing it? You have no idea.
Correct.
I mean, that to me, that hospitals should have to disclose that before they out of network you.
And Craig, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't there language being circulated now to remove that from happening in the future?
Yes, that's correct. There's legislation being worked at the state and federal level to prevent the surprise billing.
Okay.
To eliminate the surprise billing.
I have to make an additional comment. The amount of the additional bill cannot be $2,000 on a procedure for an anesthesiologist. Typically, an anesthesiologist is less than $1,000. And they typically bill you separately of the hospital, especially if they're out of network. So that's why I still ask the question. What I will do is I will share some of the information with Barb Mossman, and then maybe we can share it with you. Obviously, everything is confidential, and try and get this resolved quickly.
That's what I was going to make a recommendation.
Thank
Just
you.
bring that to me, and then we can take a look into that for
Great.
you, if you have that information.
It's just consistently heard that way.
I've had this issue with the local hospital also for employees of the county. The same issue that you're talking about.
So what's the difference in the amount that we're funding from this year to next year?
4.5%.
4.5%.
Yes.
Dollar amount.
You have that in actual dollars?
Should I give the maximum there, Craig? Would that be the best scenario?
Correct. Yeah, the total rates are based off the maximum.
Okay. Maximum would be $12,262,946.
That's not 4%.
4.5% increase. Are you asking me what?
What's the increase? Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
See, she hits you with that high number, and then she's going to give you this low number now. It's not going to seem as bad.
527,877. So roughly $528,000.
$528,000.
Yes.
And maintaining the 85-15
split
it'll be $75 more per year for individuals.
Only on the $1,000 deductible plan.
And for a family, it's
$213 increase.
for the year.
The employee and spouse plan for the $1,000 deductible, you're looking at a $150 increase. And employee children is $134 roughly. There's some change involved with that.
And you said those were annual increases?
Correct.
I just want to make sure I heard.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Any other questions or comments?
I have some questions.
Sure.
So last year, again, I wasn't here last year, but last year when we increased the insurance, am I right in saying that what the council did was give a $500 stipend to offset the insurance?
That is correct. That is correct. At that time,
We brought it back
had-
into line.
Yeah, I just want to share one comment with that, if I may. Previously, prior, a couple of years ago, when it was originally broken out, employees were to pay 15%. The following year, which I believe was 2020, because we're in 21, what happened was there was no it was not put in play where they continue to pay 15%, so it slipped down to be 13 point something percent. So last year, as part of it, we wanted to get it back up to the 15%, and so in order, because it was a difficult year, because it was a COVID year, there was the concept of throwing $500 to help them pay for this increase for those people who are on the plan.
Okay, but the bottom line is, they didn't get hit with that increase last year, because we offset their increase
Correct.
with the $500.
And we can still do this under the 100 account when we talk about salaries and everything. So,
Because that's my concern, because now we're not saying, because if we give them an individual a $75 per year increase, and as it goes down through the different amounts, they're not just gonna get hit with that, they're also going to be hit with what they didn't receive last year. So now, not only are we we're struggling with these salaries, we're giving them $75 more plus whatever they didn't occur last year. So it's gonna be a much larger number, and I know I stopped at your office, and I don't know if you could get that figures or not, maybe you can.
Oh, I texted you.
Oh,
So last year, we had almost a 3% increase in our insurance.
okay, so what was that dollar amount, do you know?
That I don't have it down.
Okay.
Sorry.
So it was a 3% then and a 4.5% now, so we're looking at 7.5% that our employees are gonna have to eat. And then, we're only looking at giving them a 3% increase in pay. Something's wrong with that.
That's one of the reasons I advocated for a lump sum besides the 3 or 4% or whatever we decide.
I will also state that this 4.5% is a much smaller number than the 3% increase. As I mentioned before, somebody at $40,000 at a 3% increase, it's $1,200 a year. And then here we're talking about roughly $150 difference was the most that I heard for the year. So, and they're not only so yes, they are eating up some of it, but it's not taking away everything of it.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, the only way we can offset that tonight is to go outside of the 85-15% that is set. So if we said we're picking up the 75, we're gonna go outside of what we gave a bonus last year to make up for that year, and I agree. But we could also, if we wanted to, make some of this up with ARP, lost revenue, whatever it is, when we do the 100 accounts.
Sure.
So,
Can I comment from a financial perspective on this? I don't want to advise as a matter of policy, but I would just suggest that, as clearly was heard from one of the speakers tonight, employees may not necessarily appreciate, if you keep that number the same, and if you have a reason to change it, at 85-15, then it's kind of like, okay, this is their long-term agreement between the county and the employees. This is our policy, this is what we're keeping, so that people may not necessarily appreciate the county's paying more on their behalf. If you keep it the same, they just see a decrease in their pay. They see their pay's not going up the full 3% because the larger shares coming out. So I'm just saying that. Also, obviously it starts to create some issues in terms of bookkeeping and record keeping in the auditor's office if you're offsetting something with a bonus, and So I don't
Well,
know.
we'd just be given a bonus. I mean, it's not, they can use it for whatever they want, but it wouldn't. So it would just be part of whatever bonuses. Obviously, I think it's pretty much everybody up here is in agreement that there's going to be some bonuses.
I think the other point I'm making is that the percentage of the reimbursement should, in theory, not shift up and down. I mean, the county's going to have a policy about what percent it pays. Or
It's 85-15 is what we try to keep it at. So, and we did deviate from that, and it's been more than a couple years ago, and we've been trying to get it back into.
I think that was during the time there were raises being given.
Right.
And so we kept the employee premium the same at that time.
Right.
But my point is that last year, they didn't feel it because we gave them, I wasn't here, but it was my understanding that they were given something to offset it. So if coming into this year, they're gonna feel the pain from last year's. Because even if the insurance hadn't gone up, they're gonna receive the difference. They're gonna feel the difference because now last year we offset them, this year we don't offset them. So they're already gonna receive the initial increase from last year. Now we're hitting them up with another 4.5%. That's all I want it to be known and explained that they're getting hit with last year's and this year's.
So could you find out what the increase in the premiums were for last year at the beginning of this year from
Yes.
19 to 20?
Sure.
Just so we know what that increase was, correct? I mean,
Yes,
right.
thank you.
Just for information. Send that out to everybody.
Sure.
What's your pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Mullenhour,
Second.
second by Mr. Rosenbaum. Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Mullenhour is on the insurance committee, isn't he?
I'll make the motion then.
No, I appreciate that.
No,
I
no.
appreciate the fact that he is on the insurance.
It's not a conflict of
Either
interest.
way,
Yeah.
I'm in favor.
And
All right.
nothing about this, but Barb does have some good information or some good news, I think, about our anticipated costs from this year's, our savings that so far is
Oh, right,
less
so far.
than what it was anticipated.
Yes, so
So you might want to say that a little later. It might help a little.
So we had a motion by Mr. Mullenhour, seconded by Mr. Rosenbaum. So now, is there any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
So Mr. Yagowski and Mr. Grammarosa voted nay. What are you looking at me like that?
Well, I'm just waiting for you to finish.
Oh, go ahead. I thought you were like, I did something wrong or something. All right. So now you have other information?
Well, I'm just saying, right now for our plan year through, let's see, September of 2021, our plan is running under expected claims in the amount of $386,023. So that is the good news.
Good news.
How does that benefit the employees?
Good question. I think overall, it affects our bottom dollar.
Well, if you're self-insured.
Example of that
So-
is,
They're you're self-insured, so the
Right.
money so the fund, or the county's fund that you all have to fund, when they project how much you have to put in, will be less the next time,
Right.
Right.
because we're self-insured.
and the math is if insurance is going up 528,000, but we're saving 300,000 somewhere else, it's really only going up 228,000 out of our pocket. Thank you.
If I may, it may
But
also.
we're hiking our employees by 4.5%.
The only way we're doing that is if we don't give them some money to cover it.
Right,
If we want to keep it at the 85-15.
right.
That's,
I think the most significant thing about the savings is that it could possibly reflect increasing success on wellness efforts by the county, and that's worth mentioning.
And we have some ideas going forward for 2022 that we're hoping to be able to move forward with, but
right.
we're looking at.
So we'll see you again at the next meeting.
Yes.
Great.
hopefully. And may I make a comment to Mr. Yagowski with regards to the EMA executive assistant position? There is language in that job description that the individual will develop and submit grant proposals to secure necessary funding.
Well,
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barb. Next item on the agenda is the appointment to the LaPorte County Park Board. It's my understanding that we have two people that showed interest. We have a
Clara.
Clara Clark and Mike King.
Yeah, I think they're both on Zoom. Yeah, Brian Root, who was a longtime park board member, decided it was time to be done, so that was
Right.
a deal.
So is there anything either one of those members want to say, I guess, at this time?
Candidates.
Candidates? Clara or Mike? You don't
This
have-
is Mike.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Hi, guys. I guess I would just appreciate the opportunity to work with the park board and Jeremy to improve our county's parks.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ms. Clark?
This is Clara. I would just like to say that I look forward to the opportunity. I have enjoyed the parks with both my children and grandchildren and look forward to continue enjoying them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I believe everybody saw their letters of interest, so I think it's up to you guys, not up to somebody else.
My comment would be that it's not often that we get two outstanding candidates. Often we're trying to find someone that will even take these positions, and both of these, their resumes were outstanding. In light of the fact that the park board was slightly imbalanced female-male before, and you're losing a male, I would call this a coin flip and nominate Mike King at this time.
We have a nomination for Mike King. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, motion by Mr. Cunningham, seconded by Mr. Rosenbaum. Just for clarification, with Mike King and Claire Clark, you're both Democrats, registered Democrats? Because this position has to be a...
Yes, sir, I am.
All right, just want to make sure.
Yes.
Didn't want to do anything different. Is there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Nominations are closed. So, do we even need to take a vote, Mr. Attorney? I mean...
Take a vote.
All right. All those in favor of Mike King filling the position of Mr. Root, who retired, and thank you for your service, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Congratulations, Mike, and Mrs. Clark, thank you very much, and we appreciate you showing interest, and hopefully maybe another time. Yeah, apply again. We've got other boards. We could absolutely use you. So.
Oh, new business.
Thank you.
I'll get with Human Resources and all of that, and then get with Mike to...
Thank you. Next item is Michigan Township Assessor, Level 3, Mr. Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I just want to go through a few facts. Apparently, the Township Assessor, Scott Bell, had lost his license effective 1/1/2019 for failing to comply with the state rules in completing the examinations and also completing his CPE and having it all registered. That was effective 1/1/2019. There was actually a hearing that was held, and he did not show up for the hearing. In 9/24/2021, he has now gotten his license back, and so therefore he can continue now doing his duties officially. The issue that comes about here is that in 2019, he requested, and to my understanding, and we brought this up before, and I'm now going to officially ask that we look into this, the auditor's office and payroll look into it. He did request To my understanding, my information, he requested there is a bonus paid to someone who maintains a level 3, and that he received in 2019 and in 2020 when he did not hold that license level. Accordingly, the money should be repaid, and I'm going to ask the auditor and payroll to work out some terms to get it repaid as soon as possible.
Mike, did he give you a letter stating that he has passed it?
I have a letter from the State Department of Local Government Finance that tells me that he was reinstated, so we do have the proof. And there are other, so I have other comments after that motion.
It states
When he took the test on 9/24/2021, he successfully completed and passed his level 1 and level 2 examinations, and then it automatically reinstates his certification as of that date, and then it allows him to be a level 3 at that point in time because he had his CPE, his continuing professional education, in order.
So he had to retest.
He had to retest on everything.
Because it lapsed.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Okay. So that was a motion for the auditor to look in payroll to look into
to get
whether or not he
reimbursed.
received the stipend.
Yeah, and then get reimbursed if so.
And then
Second.
Is that, did you second that, Mr. Gardner? All right. And then-
Is the council, I'm sorry, is the council asking us to be essentially the negotiating agent for a repayment regimen with him as a form of payroll deduction or whatever? Is that what?
Kind of heard it, but.
Yeah, because the county needs to get their money back for something he didn't earn.
Right.
Okay.
So it'd have to be a payroll reduction over a period of time, because I do not believe that it would be fair to take it all out in the next 2 months.
What, the first half of this year?
Okay.
And he would not be eligible for this year.
Not to get into this one, but how the stipends are paid. When you're level 2, and Mr. Bell falls under the same rules that I do, because after a certain year, they change the rules, but we're pre this. So for your level 2, you're entitled to $1,000. And I believe Mr. Bell pays his $1,000 through the payroll every check. The level 3, you get another $1,500. And you can do it that way, or you take a lump sum. I believe he takes the lump sum. So he's entitled to, when you have your level 3, you're entitled to $1,000 and then another $1,500 for a total of $2,500
Yearly.
yearly.
And he did not hold his license for the entire year. He was asked about this during the budget hearings as well.
Yeah, because your hourly cycles run annually and not per se when you earned your 1 or 2.
So it would be
if he didn't
prorated.
have
It would
his
need to be
hours
prorated.
at the end of 2018 is when he technically lost it, and then the notifications started coming in 2019 to say, hey, we don't have hours, or we don't have whatever happened, transpired here. That's when a hearing and all this other was issued. He failed to go to the hearing, and the remedy was, according to the paperwork, he could file suit in a court to get it back if he felt he was not justified. So, but that's what you're entitled to, because Scott's been there as long as I have.
And I have the letter of revocation here.
But it's so you'll find it in payroll, 1,000 of it's going to be every pay period divided by 26, 27, or how many, and then but the level 3 pay was paid in a lump, I believe, towards the end of the year.
And that's what he wasn't entitled to then, right?
He wasn't entitled to either.
Either.
Because
In
what you
19
do
or
is
20.
he only had to take his level 1 test
And not in
his
21
level
either.
2 test, because you never lose your level 3 certification documents, because they're classes you take, and it's like the diploma. And if you pass those, you never lose them, but you have to take your level 1 and your level 2 tests to retain him. When he passed his level 2, then he immediately got his level 3 certification back as well. There's no test for level 3. It's 5 classes you take.
So we have a motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, seconded by Mr. Gardner, to have the auditor look into the repayment and verification, I'm assuming you're gonna turn those documents over to the auditor?
I will, and I also like to amend it to include, now that I understand that he was collecting some of it for 2021, that we also need to look into 2021 until he was reinstated as well.
And then report back to us next month, yeah. Progress, whatever. Is that?
Who usually, because I mean, he came here at our budget hearings and we point blank asked if he had the certification. So who governs over making sure that when we employ these individuals, whether elected and they have to have the certification, who governs over the fact that they have what they need for certification? Who does that? Is it on our HR? Is it on the auditor? Who does that fall on? Do you have any?
When was he reinstated?
9/24/2021.
The Department of Local Government Finance, they keep track of our hours, continuing ed hours, and they're the one that's monitor whether you can continue on. It's been the, I don't want to call it the tradition, but the rule in the auditor's office to achieve your level 2 pay or your level 3 pay, you have to submit your certification to them, and they take a copy of it before they will allow the pay to be made. But you only do that once. I mean,
Nobody assumes that you're gonna let it lapse
nobody assumes it's going to
while
lapse.
you're doing the job.
The DLGF just notifies you, the holder of it. They don't notify the council, the commissioner, the auditor that it's gone. But you are the only one that's notified, then you're to take it upon yourself to notify the auditor or whoever that I'm no longer holding the certification. But they don't ask for it every year.
Right, these are elected officials, so it wouldn't necessarily fall under HR. I mean, these aren't employees, they're.
No,
Right.
and then it's up to the elected official then, because your employees in your office that have the certifications, you as the elected official then turn payroll in with their certifications, but yet it has to have a copy of the level 2 or the level 3 certificate with it, whatever you're paying.
All right. Any other questions or comments?
I do have additional information to share. I have a list in front of me of 15 properties that were, a building permit was issued starting in 2018.
Let's vote on
to 2019. This is part of his work ethic, so. I think it's important that the people in the Michigan Township understand that $3,436,000 worth of assessment was missed for the past couple of years, and therefore the other taxpayers had to pay these people's share of their taxes instead of having it spread out. So let's go vote.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Next item is the support for an attorney for the auditor.
Mr. President? I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Being that I was past president with some similar situation, I make a motion that we approve the money for attorney for Mr. Stables. I would hope that, I know that he's had some dealing with, that we have somebody that's employed by LaPorte County. One of our attorneys would work well if he could, because I know he's on a certain amount of money that he charges us. That would be Mr. Beege, but that's his only recommendation, that's all. But I would motion to approve the payment.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Yagowski, seconded by Ms. Graham Morosa.
Point of order. I believe all we can do is a motion of support at this time, unless there's a number that we have, or is there a number not to exceed? I mean, there's nothing been advertised, so it's just a clarification question.
But motion.
Mr. President, my motion was happened before. There is no set amount. I just hope that Mr. Stables uses this really good discretion using as attorney. The motion still stands. There's not support. There's actually a motion to approve him to get an attorney.
Right.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
And I'll second.
I think, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Nay.
One nay. All right, moving on to solid waste. Old business. Solid waste district budget adoption. Is there anything you'd like to add before?
No, just similar to what Attorney Adamski said, we have a resolution here that I'd like to have a copy of that tonight or tomorrow. I need to have it turned in by November 1st. Gateway system.
Motion to adopt the budget as presented.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Mullenhour, seconded by Mr. Gardner.
I'll be Mr. Rosenbaum this time.
Who'd I say?
Mullenhour.
Oh, Rosen, the guy at the end. But then we'd also like the auditor to read the rates, if you could.
There is no rates.
Could read it by title.
Read it by title, sorry. Go ahead.
This is an ordinance or resolution for appropriations and tax rates for the LaPorte County Solid Waste Management District.
Tax rate would be 0.
We'll take 2 of those. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item is Mr. Mullenhour would like to
check the box, yes.
talk about, yeah, so,
I think it's been tabled, right?
right, so you need to pull it off the table.
Yep. I'd like to make that motion.
So your motion is to take the pay for the part-time person for HR off the table, correct?
Correct.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Grammarosa. Is there any other questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Hey. I think Barb's confused and I'm confused. We're not.
Yeah, turn your mic on. I'm not saying we didn't vote on it to hire a person, but somebody thinks that we didn't give her the money to pay the person.
We just need to know the account number to pay the individual, and if that's for 2021, because the individual has started working. And I thought it was $20,000 originally granted.
That's what I thought.
We took, right.
Was that, and that was to begin in 2021?
Absolutely.
Okay, and I know I don't need that much money, but, so there will be a lot of money left over, so I have funding available.
Put it in a part-time account, which you can set up with the auditor. You don't have a part-time account prior to this. So just open a part-time account with that $20,000. Carry it over into next year in case you need somebody else.
Mrs. Mossman was advised that there wasn't any money in there, correct?
There needed to be clarification, I believe.
So, Mr. Auditor,
Are you clarified?
Yes.
so
Okay.
you'll be opening up a part-time line for her, putting $20,000 in there, and then she'll be able to pay her part-timer out of that.
We can certainly do that, yes.
And she just needs to, she could even tell you how much she needs between now and the end of the year for this year. Doesn't have to be
Yeah,
20,000.
it's not to exceed 20,000.
Right,
Just
not to
it
exceed.
goes back to
Right.
general fund anyway, right?
Right.
You can do that, right?
You can do it either way. Good?
Yep.
All right,
Thank you.
there you go. Thank you.
It wasn't on the table.
All right.
So then we withdraw that motion for a
Okay.
point of order, or?
You
I'll
withdraw?
withdraw that motion, yes.
You withdraw? They both
Withdraw.
withdraw. All right. That never happened.
Moving on.
Okay. Appropriations and transfers, LaPorte County Adult Probation requesting permission to spend from adult user fees for computers, monitors, and related software for LaPorte Superior Number 3 Zebra Desktop Thermal Printer. Those are 2 different items. Do you want to do them separate or one? It's permission to spend.
Together.
Together?
Mr. President, this is a transfer from one account to another, not additional appropriation. I'd make a motion, we approve them together
Right.
as submitted.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mr. Cunningham, seconded by Mr. Mullenhour. The one item is $1,728 for the computers, the other one is $754 for the desktop thermal printer. Any other questions or comments?
The only other comment is that typically this is always run through our IT department. I believe on checking with that is so that is the
I believe
case.
Mr. Irick was on. Did it go through Darlene? Yes.
Yes, Mr. President, yes, it did. I didn't get a chance to talk.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Next item. Thank you. Next item is voter registration. Requesting permission to transfer not to exceed $1,300 from office supplies to purchase. They've said to go into a 400 account, but it wouldn't necessarily go into a 400 account. You can just, but mini fridge and a scanner. Not to exceed $1,300.
Make a motion to support.
Second. It's actually motion to transfer.
We're not gonna transfer, they're gonna spend
so
out
just
of
do
their,
motion
yeah.
to support,
And the money is there.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Motion by Mrs. Kramer
And I
Rosa,
second.
seconded by Mr. Rosenbaum. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, I'm sorry, forgive me, can you clarify that again? They're not gonna transfer?
Well, we don't have 400 accounts.
Oh.
And they're gonna spend out of their office supply.
The 13?
Yes, and we had
We're
it
giving them
approved.
permission to buy it out of that account.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
good. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. LaPorte County Treasurer requests an additional appropriation from ARP. Both funds, the 8950 and the 8951, which one is lost revenue and the other one's ARP, for computer software, money, and accounting machine for $60,000. This was held over from last month. We did a motion of support, and this is the funding mechanism for this.
I'd like to make a motion that it come out of 8950 if allowed. If not, then it would have to come out of 8951.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum, second by Mrs. Grammarosa. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Next item is LaPorte County Sheriff requested additional appropriation from ARP 8950 or lost revenue 8951 or general fund or riverboat for merit pension in the amount of $697,816.50. If I'm not mistaken, this is the second half of what we told you to come back for.
Mr. President, I'd make a motion that we take that out of the general fund in light of the fact that it's a reoccurring expense every year. It's not something we can use our funds forever. So I would move that we take the $697,816.50 out of the general fund.
Motion by Mr. Cunningham.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Mullenhour. No. Mr. Garner?
Mr. Garner.
I'm not used to you making, man, you're...
We usually take it out of riverboat. That's a good chunk for the general.
So I was going to say, we had that mistake last meeting that was brought up about whether we should do things back and forth with river. You better be careful what we do in this situation.
So your suggestion, Mr. Yagowski, is riverboat or general?
Riverboat or ARP.
Am I correct, Mr. DiMartino, that ARP 8951 is virtually the same as general fund?
Yes,
Thank you.
but it's classified different, so.
You gotta file,
Right.
you gotta file it through it, yeah. So would you like to
Would you prefer riverboat over general, Mark? Is that your point?
Riverboat,
I would
please, if you.
I'll withdraw my original motion and change it to riverboat.
Thank you.
Good with that? You good with that? All right. All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed?
I have to abstain.
Okay. Next item is garage tool stipend for emergency vehicle technicians in the amount of $600.
Motion to support.
Motion by Mrs. Grammarosa.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Mullenhour. Is there any other questions or comments?
Yes. I just want to make sure that everybody understands, there is a tool stipend for the garage, but this is separate because it's for emergency vehicle?
No,
Or, I mean, I didn't understand why we're coming
back because we were notified by the commissioner's office that the county highway had asked for an increase with their mechanics, their tool stipend, because tools are becoming so increasingly expensive. Mechanics have to supply their own tools to work on our vehicles. We felt it only fair to pay our emergency vehicle technicians the same amount as the mechanics at the county highway garage. So we would like to increase the stipend. We have 4 full-time mechanics. We'd like to increase it by $150 per mechanic. 150 times 4 would be $600, hence the reason that we came up with that. I gave several examples in the emails that I had sent you last week about the increase in price.
And then they would be parity from there on?
Yes, then we would be paid the same amount, or I should say they would be getting the same stipend as the county highway mechanics.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not sure what fund we're taking the money from. Because someone said motion support, and so I just want to make
Who
sure.
made the motion?
Ms.
Connie.
Grammer.
Ms.
Where
Grammer.
would you like to take it?
General fund.
General fund.
Thank you.
All right.
Good. Thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The point of order, we'd like, the solid waste would like to, I think, probably leave the meeting. Has that been signed? Forgive me, but is that at the end of the line?
Solid waste.
All documents that were, actually, all documents that came across us were signed and then handed over. There was one document that Mr. Turner had taken from us and brought around to you earlier, so that's all we've got.
That was the county budget document.
No.
No,
You
they-
flip it up. No. The
one that, so, Mr. Turner, the one that you took from me here, did you give it to them to be stamped?
Yeah, it's the county budget.
Is the blue one up there?
It hit.
He handed it to him.
We got.
When he took it from here, we sent it back to Mr. Galloway to get Mr. Yagelski stamped. So you sent us the wrong one to sign, is that what you're saying?
So did Mr. Damsky take the wrong one with him?
He did, the one that we signed was the right one, and I swear, let me put it this way. It was the right one as it came across here. That's all I'm saying. Because it sat right here, and the council members to this side had already signed it, and then I passed it on.
The only one we got back was the county budget. That's the one we got back.
You didn't?
The two that I saw were, one was Hannah Township, which was earlier, which was a single page, and then the solid waste had several pages.
Because it is a county ordinance that I have to have. That
No, it said solid waste on it. This one says LaPorte County for the expenses of LaPorte County, not for the expenses of solid waste. This is the rainy day, the general, this is the,
Underneath it. What's that? Oh,
that's LaPorte County. Yeah, so, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt the meeting, but.
No, that's fine.
That's Hannah Township.
You didn't give Attorney Urdansky the wrong, we'll find out.
No, we didn't have it.
Sorry, Clay.
Sitting right here. There it is. We found it.
Oh, come on.
Hey, he's my liaison, so he's trying to take care of me.
That's what you get for voting against.
It's
my
late.
No problem, though. Glad we got that straightened out. Next item is the LaPorte County Economic Development requests an additional appropriation from ARP. Both accounts, general fund or riverboat for the Okra broadband technical support and challenge resolutions. Mr. Tony Rodriguez.
Apparently we didn't.
You have anything you'd like to?
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the council. What you have before you this evening is an opportunity to assure a higher level of success with the third time. You've heard me use the term before, third time's a charm. We've applied to Okra twice previously. These are actually private firms locally that are pursuing the Office of Community and Rural Affairs grants, and it is slightly in excess of an 80%, 80-20 match. The private sector is applying and covering all costs of construction and the installation of fiber. However, this third time around, the Office of Community and Rural Affairs is using an extremely granular level of challenge. And what that translates to is a down to the address level, we will have to assure that that address, which the FCC says is served, is truly an unserved address. It may require additional surveying and actually boots on the ground at the local level, verifying that an address does not have any alternative level of connectivity. We don't anticipate exceeding 18,000 in that expense. We will only be spending the funding if we are invited to apply. So we have September 23rd is when the two private firms applied for funding to the Office of Community and Rural Affairs, to the tune of they are intending to invest $10.2 million of brick and mortar, and that's fiber optic trenching, installation, and connectivity to roughly 4,300 LaPorte Countyans that do not have connectivity today. So we are, I continue to say third time's the charm, and we're working very diligently downstate to lobby as hard as we possibly can. This funding before you this evening, if we get invited to apply, if the private firms are formally invited to apply, we know we're going to have challenges, and we know we're going to need to have those foot soldiers on the ground to verify the expenditure, the lack of connectivity, which will demonstrate their ability to serve them.
Right. And is that, when you say 4,300, is that individuals or is that households?
That's households.
Household.
It's estimated at 4,300 addresses.
Great.
Motion to approve out of ARP money.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Gardner, seconded by Mr. Mullenhour, out of ARP funds.
We are always, I mean, it's your choice, but we're always going to assume that if it can be done in the restrictive one, you want it in the restrictive one.
Yes, that's the one, yeah.
8950.
Because this one absolutely should qualify.
Right.
Yep. Any other comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Tony. Next item is LaPorte County Clerk requested additional appropriation from ARP, both accounts, for general or riverboat for 17 desks for the Michigan City Clerk's Office in the amount of $12,138.
So it's, it's 14 for Michigan City, it's 14 desks. But I have the other side of the circuit office in LaPorte, and there are 3 people in there. They would be the only 3 employees of the clerk's office that didn't have the desks at that point. So I included that for a total of 17. That takes care of everybody.
And just out of clarification, when we had all the desks out at the fairgrounds, you did utilize a lot of those desks.
I did.
Right.
I did.
Anything that was usable, I think you
I
pretty
did.
well cleaned it out.
Yeah, that's what our scanners are using, which, by the way, that is, I would look for the scanning to be finished at the end of next year.
Wow, great. Great. What's your pleasure?
Quick question, what's the balance of your perpetuation fund? Approximately?
I think it's right around it's over 200,000.
And you can't pay for the desk out of perpetuation?
I cannot. That one is specific to the preservation of documents.
And make sure that we were clear on that, so that we can use the next 20,000 out of perpetuation, but not just 12,000.
Correct.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mullenhour, second by Mr. Cunningham.
Which fund?
Which fund?
General.
General? Are you talking, but are you referring to the lost revenue also? Because if it's lost revenue, you need to specify lost revenue.
He said general.
What?
He said general, didn't he?
He said general. That's my clarification. I just want to make sure he understands Just general? General. All right. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
No, the next,
request to spend from the clerk's perpetuation fund for 10 new scanners and a microfilm reader.
Motion to approve not to exceed the $20,000.
Motion by Mr. Mike Rosenbaum,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Mullenhour. Not to exceed $20,000. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is LaPorte County EMA requests an additional appropriation from both ARP funds or general fund or riverboat for 7 battery boxes for sirens and 1 transformer in the amount of $8,297.19. And I think Barb.
Motion to approve out of the ARP 8950 if it applies. If not, 8951.
Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum,
second.
seconded by Mr. Grammarosa. Is there any other questions?
No, she explained this
Wait.
during. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We can't hear you, Mark.
You're muted.
Try. No, he's still muted.
How's that? Better?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Can we see that, I know everybody's trying to pitch in there for that department. Maybe our planner, Mitch Bishop, could start the process to look at some grants that we could look forward to help supplement this program.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Yep. Did you have something else, Mr. Rosenbaum, Dan?
No, I'm fine. I just, my only comment was that this was explained earlier.
Right.
So I.
Right. Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Next item is LaPorte County E911 requests an additional appropriation from both ARPs, General Fund Riverboat for Motorola invoice in the amount of $89,962. If you remember, earlier in the year, before Barb came in, we had Director Alt pay this had accumulated for
3 years.
3 years, so it was about 240 some thousand.
257,000.
Right. And so by her doing that, she has dwindled down her account. So now she is asking for 80 to pay this bill outside of her user fee. Is that?
Yes.
Right. So.
Motion to approve out of Fund 8951, because I don't believe it will qualify out of 8950.
Motion by Mr. Rosenbaum.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Grammarosa. On the question. Yep.
So we were using her fund, that was before Mrs. Houston got in. We were using Mr. Alt's fund. Why can't this stay out of the fund?
She doesn't have.
Why reimburse?
She said she doesn't have the money in there.
Money mark right now.
She doesn't have enough in there right now to pay this $89,000.
Okay, well, that's the question. So what's the fund, what's the present value of the fund?
I don't have that.
How much, do you guys know how much is in the E911 user fee account?
What's the fund number? Can you get on there? He's gonna have to access it here.
And this is gonna cover you till the end of the year?
This is a yearly bill.
Oh, okay.
It's a yearly invoice
This
for
bill
me.
will reoccur now for the next 11 years.
Right.
And currently, what do we put in your budget for that? So like next year, you're not gonna have to come to us because you're gonna have that in your budget.
The $257,000.
Was a big hit all at once.
All at
Right.
once.
Had it been paid on a regular basis, you wouldn't.
Yearly,
Right.
and not kept for 3 years, yeah, it would have been, it
Right.
wouldn't be so hard. I don't know what.
It was under contract, correct? So we would have been putting it into the budget every single year.
It was user fee money. User fee. We don't budget her user fee.
Okay.
But also, the case was, we didn't pay a bill for many years we forget, that's the Polish firm, right?
Right.
So that's not like something, Mr. Graham Olstad, we would not pay. They never brought it to our attention all those years.
There was a long period of time where they were trying to determine, one, if it was a legitimate invoice, because Motorola transferred their operations or something to Poland, and so when it came in, it took a while to, that was the explanation.
And the bill didn't come to 911, the bill came to EMA.
Right.
And because there was some kind of confusion, it wasn't paid in 2018. And then in 2019, the same thing, it went to EMA, Mr. Butcher, and in
Or Mr. Wojtrowski, I think Mr.
Or Mr. Wojtrowski, it went to EMA.
Right.
And it wasn't paid for 3 years, and then all of a sudden it came due 2021.
But I believe there was, even the auditor's office was trying to determine the legitimacy.
I do believe
And then I
that,
think they tried
Joey
to
was-
negotiate it and do
Joey
some
was in
other
on that.
things so that it wasn't such a big help.
That was before me, so.
Right, but you're gonna have enough in your fund, or you're gonna have to come to us every year
I think
for
we'll-
this 89,000.
I think we'll have enough. This-
I think you will too.
But you're hoping I do, right?
We need to turn it on and have it on in the future.
It's safe to say that you have less than 90,000 in that fund right now.
No,
But she has.
but it is, but we do have, we pay salaries out of that, we
So there might
have.
be quite a bit of money in there, but she's, we're at, right.
All right, that's my question. And what Mr. All, we had enough money. We went through the same question came about. We asked the same question. He had enough money with salaries and everything. Why are we coming back again? There is enough money in that account.
So let me ask you this, Ms. Houston, is it possible, what's that?
Sorry. He's getting.
Oh, is it possible to come back next month when we're closer to the end of the, pay this out of your fees and we'll see where you're at with your
Okay,
funds, if that, unless the council wants to do something different, I mean.
We have a motion, okay?
But you know, here's the thing, whatever fund balance she gives us, it's not gonna make any sense to anybody because we still gotta pay salaries and everything else out of there, so unless you have a copy of the actual budget and we can deduct that, we're not gonna know what the unused portion of your,
no.
unless they have that. I mean, that's a lot to.
What's the,
Asking for the people that put the motion, could they please table until next month?
I'll table. I'd like to put in a motion to,
Did you make?
No, it's actually my motion, and
Oh.
I'm just waiting to hear the fund balance if we can get this
what's the fund number or the name of the fund again?
It's the, right.
I second it.
So instead of,
171?
we would table the appropriation, but we give her permission to, if she has the funds, to go ahead and pay it. If not, we'll be on next month's agenda. How's that?
Okay,
Does that make sense, Mark?
Does make sense.
Right, she's got permission to pay it.
So I'll make a motion for permission for her to pay it out of her fund,
User fee.
user fees, and if not, she'll have to come back to us next month.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mullenhour. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Now you got a little bit of time to figure that out.
Okay.
Next
Thank you,
item.
Mark.
Next item is LaPorte County EMS requests an additional appropriation from both ARP funds or general fund or riverboat for matching grant 50/50 with the Healthcare Foundation of LaPorte County for a new UTV and trailer in the amount of $15,000.
So we cover a lot of events over the last couple of years with our one UTV. We ran into a couple instances of overlapping events, especially this past year with the fair starting and then the jet ski races in Michigan City starting. Both of these events require the use of a UTV, especially Washington Park. A big event like a cross-country invitational, we could possibly use 2 UTVs for that, and the boat race especially. So in the past, we have borrowed UTVs from other agencies. It's kind of cumbersome to borrow the UTV, you have to borrow a trailer, get it to Washington Park, get it back and forth, and then you also have the concern about liability issues. So, in speaking with Eric, he reached out to President Novak prior to applying for a matching grant through the Healthcare Foundation. This grant was a total of $30,000 with a $15,000 match. And we were recently notified that we were approved and awarded this grant. So I'm asking for the matching portion, which is $15,000.
Why wouldn't you go before the tourism board? They're the ones that you're basically doing this for anyway. Why wouldn't they be able to match that?
Well, we also do it for the LaPorte County Fair.
I understand, which once again is tourism board. They have lots of money.
Anyway, all right. So at least they went to the Healthcare Foundation, got half of it, so.
I understand, but tourism board doesn't hand out the money the way they ought to the different, or that's just my opinion. It's like, they need to help you instead of coming to the council. So it's like.
Andrew, was the nature of the grant saying that the county had to, or could you get those funds from someplace else? Based on the language of the grant.
Say that again?
The language of the grant. Was it that the county had to match?
Had to match.
Or do you have to,
Had to match.
or could you have a big sale to match?
Right. I don't know what the stipulations were. My assistant director and President Novak are the ones that kind of worked on this together.
Any grants that Maria, I had a conversation with Maria earlier in the year when the Sheriff's Department got a matching grant for a boat, that due to the fact that we have county funds and tax, so we're not a non-for-profit, we're not a, well, we are.
I understand what you're saying, but they're still authorized by the county to collect money through tourism for us. So it's just a technicality.
So-
I can't see why they can't do it.
But he could still reach out to them and see if they would make a contribution towards it.
Yeah. I know that Maria would like an answer.
You're gonna get an answer. You're gonna get an answer here, so. But you could still reach out to tourism, talk to Jack Arnett and them there to see if they're willing to contribute towards it.
When do you need this?
The grant was awarded a couple weeks ago, so they're already asking if
Well, we
we
gotta
have the
pay-
matching
we got-
funds and for us to show proof of the matching funds, so we're trying to get it as soon as possible.
I'll
And
make a
also,
motion to approve.
I don't think tourism's gonna pay it, but.
we're also trying to
Right.
avoid the 2020
Fund.
price increases with this
Right.
too, so.
Motion by Mr. Mullenhour, second by Mr. Cunningham.
Fund.
Which fund?
Which fund?
8951, I suppose. I don't think it'd be.
I don't
Or
think-
8950, and if it doesn't apply, or
I like the way you're thinking.
All right. Any other questions or comments?
Comment on that to alleviate Mr. Garner's concerns. If you'll recall, the Tourism Bureau is coming and asking us for money out of the ARP funds to put up some signs along the highways, so.
So I do know that during the last year, the Tourism Bureau was hurting very bad for money because people weren't out staying in hotels and stuff, so.
But
I'm
they
not
were
saying they don't have money.
Airbnb, I mean, they got over 500,000 for Airbnbs.
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
They may have
now they
recovered.
don't. Last year, I know they were hurt where it is now, but as Mr. Cunningham stated, they're on the commissioner's list of requests for, how much was it for?
$50,000 a month for signs, I thought, for a year.
3 years.
Billboards. Long-term project, Mr. Garner.
Right. All right, all those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Thank you.
And that was out of ARP, correct?
Correct.
ARP 1 or 2?
1 or 2.
Or 0 and 1.
Yeah.
All right. Any council comments? Any council comments? Attorney comments?
No, sir.
Mr. Auditor? No?
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
I'll make one comment. I just
Okay.
want to mention the fact that I think all of us are very appreciative that everyone showed up tonight for that meeting prior to our council meeting workshop to discuss ideas on how we're going and what we're going to do with our raises for next year.
I would absolutely, right, I'd absolutely agree, and you know, the comments were made, well, you give it here and you take it there. They don't understand, I mean, we work on tax dollars for the majority of everything, and so, you know, short of raising taxes to help cover it, you know, it's tough.
I have one comment.
Mr. Rosenbaum.
Yeah, I agree. I'm glad that we're all agreeing that it was good to have representation and many people speak up about it because we do understand how important it is to them. But we also need additional help from the commissioners out of the ARP funds, and it would be greatly appreciated. I now did not first understand about wanting to give an immediate reward for people who have already done service in the past, and so therefore it's a bit of a surprise to me in that understanding, but I still think that if we give it to them, it's not going to stop them, and one of the ideas is to find a way to fund everything and prevent people from leaving, as we are hearing. So it would be gratefully appreciated if more funds could be allocated. Thank you.
Right. So we have a motion to adjourn. Motion second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed?